So we're going to just launch right into this. It's about ready to get crazy. But before, I just want to ask the two of you, have either one of you ding-dongs even listened to a Time Pop episode?
I don't think I have, no.
I think I listened to part of the one on the...
I feel like we're looking at a camera that Justin has installed in his bathroom.
Totally. That is
Illegal.
definitely a P cam.
Justin, you should not use this camera.
I'm trying to...
Hey, Justin, your camera will work better if you don't stuff it into a teddy bear.
Joke's on you, it's up my ass.
No, it's definitely not up your ass because
How do we still see your face?
I'm looking at your butthole, so it can't be up your
Welcome
ass.
to Time Pop After Dark.
This is going to be a beautiful train wreck. I'm just going to front load this. So everybody in Time Pop Nation, here's the deal. We are going to more than double down on episodes. We're going to do an episode every week. And I warned Scott and Ari, I was like, this is going to happen. And I sent some emails, nothing back, sent another email, nothing back, sent a text, nothing back. So I'm like, Justin and Jeremy, they're ready to jump in. And so yesterday I got nervous. So anyways, Scott and Ari have got back to me. We're recording an episode tomorrow night, which you'll hear next week. So the band is back together. But in order to get you an episode every week, I have gathered Justin and Jeremy from the hit podcast, Thank the Light, all about the Wheel of Time books. And I forget, this is actually a really good time for us to do this episode because season 2 of Wheel of Time is coming out on Amazon on September 1st. And it's going to be a banger. Like, I've been having trouble like pushing the show on people, not knowing when season 2 is coming out. Because I'm like, you should check it out. It's pretty good. Whatever. And you should spend the rest of your life reading 14 books. Season 2 is coming out September 1st. Get on season 1. Get on our podcast. Get caught up and join us for season 2 on September 1st. But until then.
Hello? 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 If you can hear this, it's not too late. I return to warn you. This is Time Pop, a podcast that discusses time travel and pop culture. There are spoilers. I've seen the future, and nothing is sacred to these folks. Your past, present, and future are sure to be ruined. Even if you could go back in time, as I have, you will never forget what you are about to hear. You've been warned. This is Time Pop.
Welcome, Chrononauts, as we guide you through the experience of time travel using pop culture as our laser disc. We will be your constants. I am Dez.
I will be your time traveler's mistress's wife's person today.
And I will be your nerdy / horny teenage kid that you're going to see a lot of if you watch this movie.
Yeah, or Desmond, if you'd prefer this.
Wait. We're not done. And all together. And this is Time Pop. There we go.
Time Pop. Sorry, I didn't.
We really need to work on that.
We can do another one if you want. I didn't know.
No, that's about as good as we usually do it.
I wanted to do Welcome Chrononauts because I didn't get it at all until I watched that movie last night.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh yeah, Chrononauts a time traveler. Duh.
They never. This
Master of Time and Space.
This literally might be the first movie. We've done 100 movies now on Time Pop. This might be the first time the word chrononaut is actually mentioned.
Really?
Yeah, in the movie. Yeah, they throw it at you in the movie.
That is funny. I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, no, I did. That's what I was like, oh yeah, duh.
And everybody, that's what I use for my mic check. It doesn't matter what podcast I'm doing. Welcome, Chrononauts is my mic check.
And I so didn't get it. I was like, what is he saying? Was that from a show?
What is a chrono? What's a cronut?
That must be one of the line from one of the movies they watch or something. I don't understand.
No, I did it 5 years ago when we started this podcast. I was just Googling shit and I was like, oh, chrononaut. I like that. Today, in the present, we will be discussing Tomorrow is Today, a.k.a. Mañana es hoy, from the year 2022, from the past. You will listen to it in the future, which is now. So I am so glad this is your first time travel movie. This is
Well, this isn't our first time travel movie.
Well, I mean, not my first time travel movie, but you know, for the show, like, yeah. And you know what? It was quite the ride too. I was like, jeez.
This movie, I was trying to think of like, how do you explain it? It's a mix between the Three Stooges,
yeah.
Back to the Future,
Yes.
and Porky's.
Yes. Oh my God.
Porky's. There's like one set of boobs in the
But
whole
it's
show.
horny.
It's not Porky's.
It's horny.
Oh,
It
it's
Yeah,
doesn't-
it's very horny. It's very
It's
horny.
very, yes.
It doesn't. If you two want to see the horniest time travel movie ever,
Go on.
it's called the
Porky's
1
goes
minute.
back in time.
It's called the 1 minute time machine. It is a 6-minute movie.
Okay.
It is the horniest 6 minutes in cinematic history. And we talk about it on this show. So
Okay.
you can check it out. Yeah, Jeremy, you summed it up perfectly. Like I wrote down Wile E. Coyote. I didn't say the Three Stooges. Same difference, man.
Yeah.
This thing gets so slapsticky and weird.
Oh, big time.
And I'm pretty sure, I feel like there is a 3-hour cut of this movie. I feel like the first cut was like 3 hours long.
Yes, I agree.
Because there are a few cuts that are like, oh, I guess we're here now.
One of the first things I laughed at, it was just like, you know, I was like, yeah, this needs to be more PG. And I know that means like more of the recording. I was like, this movie ain't PG at all. Like everybody's telling somebody to fuck your mother and blow it out your ass, stick it up your ass. I'm like, Jesus, you guys are fucking obsessed.
Yeah, the movies we watch aren't necessarily PG-13, and the podcast is slowly getting a more R rating, just because keeping it PG-13 it's just too much work. But everyone out there, again, Wheel of Time, we get a little dirtier, we get a little off track.
A little.
It's a ton of fun. We don't hold our tongues at all. And Ari keeps us on track. Ari's like, hey, over here, time travel. And I
don't know why I had hoped Jeremy was going to do that for us. That was just a fool's errand right there.
No. Next thing you know, we're talking about Arrested Development, cats and dogs living together.
It's a mess.
Mass hysteria.
And this is also this movie is what so many time travel movies are. It's kind of like post-apocalypse movies, which I did a short run podcast about those two. It's never about the time travel.
Yes.
It's never about like so many post-apocalyptic movies, you don't even know what the apocalypse was.
Right. You're just in it.
Watching the people. And this is a total story where it's like, we just want to tell a heartwarming story about a family who's lost touch, gets back together. Time travel? It's time travel.
Here we go. Struck by lightning on a boat. Boom. Well, it's definitely that was the first thing I thought. It was like, you know, okay, so you know you have to be going, you know, 0.000001 knots when you get, you know, 1.21 gigawatts striking your boat in the ocean to time travel. It's just a little different than a DeLorean. You don't got to be going as fast. It's nautical.
It's 1.21. Justin,
What's that?
don't come on this show. It's 1.21. Don't fuck
I said
that up.
1.21. That's the same thing. What's the difference?
No, 21.
Okay, sorry. No, I didn't realize you said that.
I said 1.21 gigawatts.
Got Madonna's big dick coming out of my left ear. Toby the Jack, I don't know what coming out of my right.
I was just worried that if they were all in the boats and all in the water at the same time, and if they were peeing, then they would all switch bodies. Like in that Ryan
Yes.
Reynolds movie.
Yes, the change up. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that would have happened.
Yeah, but instead, because they weren't peeing at the same time, they time travel.
Yeah. Thank God.
Do you know what I know? I know that Europeans don't pee in the ocean
What? That's a lie.
because
Yeah, that's not true.
I was on a boat once. We were on a boat getting drunk, obviously, because we were on a boat.
Obviously.
What?
There was 8 of us, 2 Europeans. The 6 Americans jumped in the water just to pee. And the 2 Europeans just stared at us and told us how gross we were.
You're like, look at the water all around you. It's already diluted.
Well, you know, maybe someone else wanted to swim.
That's true. So I assumed, mostly because I'm a racist American.
You could just say American.
I was just going to say it's not it's United States of America, because the people I'm about ready to talk about are also American, but I'm a racist, so I only acknowledge the U.S. as American because I'm a terrible person. I assumed this was Mexican, and I also was like,
no, immediately I knew they were in Spain because of the
Castilla.
inflection and the accent. Yeah, they say gracias, and they use the word vosotros.
yeah. I should have picked up on that first, but I held on to it a little bit too long because I'm like, oh, they're in the Bermuda Triangle. Like that's what caused this.
Oh, got you. No,
Not there either.
not even close.
Mexico's a lot closer than Spain.
Mexico is closer to the Bermuda Triangle. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, I think this is Spain. I'm like, no, it's got to be Mexican because the Bermuda Triangle's got to come into this.
No.
But it doesn't. So I'm going to run through like I said, we won't do the whole movie. We'll get more into just time travel stuff here in a minute. But this family, the father owns and runs a photo development shop in 1991. The show is super 91. Like it doesn't read as 91 as much for us because it's all Spanish 91.
It's more like 1983 for us.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
I was thinking like 86, 88. But yeah. No, he's right. No, dead ass.
The hairstyles.
I was like 91. I had a cell phone, and like the next year I had a pager. Like when I was in high school, I was like, this doesn't track.
It's not even that. It's the clothes they were wearing, the hairstyles and everything like that. I was like, that's straight out of like Madonna, stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, not as much anymore, but back then everyone copied Americans, especially pop culture America, you know?
But they were at this. So this is, I will play a song, maybe right now, maybe at the end of this episode, but the Heroes of Silence are a real band.
Yes.
Bunbury?
Yeah.
The guy whose face was like off to the side.
Was that a deep fake though, right?
Yes, that was, well, so that.
Okay, it was like not a good deep fake, like, you know, like not really the guy, but they're making it look like him.
It was like when, remember in, was it the second Guardians of the Galaxy when they had, who was the actor? You know who I'm talking about. Kurt Russell. It was Kurt Russell.
Thank you. Holy shit.
And it looked amazing. Like he was young Kurt Russell. It looks so real. And then you look at this, it is the total opposite.
I didn't notice. I must have been.
You didn't notice?
I must have been looking at something else.
I literally wrote, why did they put his face on sideways?
Yeah, it's just a quick second, dude. And I think they've fixed it since then.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, really?
And this is when they're like when they're backstage by the stage stairs.
When the brother goes backstage.
Oh, I thought it was when he was driving in the car with mom.
No. When the brother is backstage, he talks to the guy from the band. And that guy is a real person. And that's why they use the de-aging. De-aging.
Oh, no. I was talking about Kurt Russell still. Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
yeah,
oh no. I'm talking about this.
I was still Kurt Russell of the Galaxy, bro. You guys lost me. I'm the one with ADHD. I don't know how I got lost. That's insane.
No, Kurt Russell looked great. This guy from this movie did not look great.
Yeah, it looked bad.
They had an Atari 7800, and they were like, "We gotta fix this."
They shot their wad on the lightning.
Yes, that's what it was.
My boy's got an 8-bit face.
Definitely.
I can see the pixels.
No, yeah. But dude, the thing I love, and it's like it's like a mile a minute and you're laughing and then, oh, she's dead. She died. You're all, oh, fuck.
Yeah. So they so they go on this, you know, they're work again. This is all about the family and they're falling apart and they're arguing, they're bitching. So they're like, we're going on a vacation so we can be a family. And the mom's like,
but it's fast paced and funny, you know,
all day long. We print pictures of other people's vacations. I want to print my pictures of my vacation at some point. So they go on vacation. It's Lulu. It's a family of 4.
You're going to smile all the way to the beach, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Sonríe toda la playa.
And at some point they get in the fight with the daughter. The daughter goes off with her boyfriend. They go out on oh no, they don't. That's right. She doesn't. Does she leave with the boyfriend first before the paddle boat?
She leaves with the boyfriend. That's why she doesn't get shipped into the future.
Then they get in a paddle boat and they go out and a big storm comes, struck by lightning. They paddle back in and it's 2022. Just like that. Oh, it's magic. And then it's a really good period of time.
It's like Jeremy said, though, it's more like a 40-year time jump.
It is right. But like if we were in the 1991 and you jump to now, you wouldn't immediately know.
Yeah.
You know, there's no hover cars, there's no, moving sidewalks. It wouldn't be until you're like, where's the phone booth?
Well, I think you'd immediately know because everyone's walking around with a rectangle in their hand staring at it. Be like, what is that?
Yeah, why are they all staring at their hands?
That's true.
But I mean, depends. If you're like a fucking sci-fi nerd like the brother, you'd be like, Star Trek, bro. Boom, I got this.
When they finally realize it's that they've traveled through time? When the father actually gets yelled at for hitting his son.
Smacking his
that's a
kid.
crime. He's like, that's a crime now. He's like, I can report him?
That's my son. I hit him when I want to hit.
Yeah, I can hit him if I want. He just needs to understand better. Like, what? No, you can't do that.
No. If you hit him harder, he understands more. Why are you guys not getting this?
How are you not getting it? He's like, oh, this is some kind of joke. You guys roll up on your scooters.
Yeah. So what is it? Where's the camera? And you're right. And same thing, like in America, like it was around 1983 we stopped hitting our kids. We're like, yeah,
Well,
yeah, mid 80s.
about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say 88. I got too big to hit. No, that's not true. I didn't get too big to hit till about 92.
I was gonna say.
If you got hit after 1983, you deserved it. That was
You had it coming.
that wasn't just your parents taking out their frustration.
I was
get it.
hyperactive. I didn't need to be hit.
Listen, I knew you back then. You needed more hits. A lot more. I mean, a lot more. Your parents were too lenient with you.
Oh, come on.
Here, they just put him to work. They're like, hitting him doesn't work. Let's just go wear him out. So he'll
Here's a
fucking
shovel.
sleep.
Go outside.
If you're too tired to fuck shit up, you can't.
So the one thing, and I'm usually like it's so funny. Also, I basically watch movies for a living, and I still am always like caught off guard by stuff like this. But this was the first time in a long time I was ahead of the movie a little bit when I was like, the boyfriend didn't do it. Like I knew right away.
I got that about halfway through. I'm like, wait, what if he didn't do it?
Yeah, I feel like they would have made him a little bit worse if he was definitely a murderer. Like we would have known before they traveled through time. Like
He was wearing an upside down cross.
Well, I do have an. Whoa, that just means he's in the Lost Boys.
That's true. He was just a vampire, guys. Come on.
Do you think?
it's 1991. Lost Boys just came out in Spain.
That's true.
Right. But did they affect the timeline by going back and switching it? So did they make it to where, that he was the murderer, but because they switched, because they had the other kid dress up and take her, then he was the one who was in the Ferris wheel with her. So it just, fate made it him that was going to kill her, not the boyfriend, by going back and affecting the timeline.
Very true. That's a good look at that, people. Fine analysis from a Wheel of Time guy. Loving it.
That was just my thought, because the parents kind of made him dress up as her favorite guy, and then they kept the boyfriend away, and then she ends up hit with him in the Ferris wheel, which is where the boyfriend supposedly killed her.
You're right. Because why would the boyfriend have even been almost convicted?
Right. They don't look anything alike.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. The boyfriend was distraught. In 2022, he's really distraught about his girlfriend dying. And like to the point where he never had another girlfriend, really, in 30 years.
He also looks a little guilty, too. But, there could be lots of reasons for that, survivor's guilt.
The one thing that I would agree with you with, though, Justin, is that when they go forward in time and they meet, so it's the kind of the brother's best friend that ends up killing.
Yeah, the nerdy kind of kid who was running the store while they were gone.
Yeah.
Quito or whatever.
They meet him as an adult when he's like 50 years old. There's no hint. They give like no hint that he's actually the killer. Like zero.
You're right.
The only hint that I would have said that maybe shows he has some obsessive is he's like, oh, I kept her stuff. Well, the only shit that you had of her was some random box of like serial killer keepsakes. That's all. That's the only thing.
A diary.
Yeah, he had her diary, No, the boyfriend had the diary.
No. The boyfriend had the diary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the boyfriend had the diary. So I just attribute it to being more subtle storytelling from a Spanish director than an American that would have to hit you over the head like, this guy is the killer, every time that he would do something, he would have to like put it, like they would have to put a shadow on his face, and he would have to like give like a funny look
with a twirling his mustache.
Twist his mustache so that you would know that he was the guy.
They'll never find out.
They'll never know it was me. I'm the only one who has a mustache to actually twirl. Sorry, guys. I should have been doing it.
I wasn't unhappy with this, though. I mean, like, I laughed my ass off, and I was like, like I said, every time you start to think, like, this is just fucking ridiculous, they'll hit you with, like, they would just bring that fucking roller coaster to a screeching halt, and you'd be like, Jesus.
How was your Spanish in this, Jet? Like, I don't know if you get a chance to practice your Spanish much anymore. I don't know if you've lost it all, but like...
I needed this. I didn't use this. I was playing video games the whole time I was watching it, so...
Nice. Okay. All right.
I would glance at the screen a few times because Spanish that I learned was from my Aunt Becky, who was born in Washington and whose parents don't speak very good English. And then I learned, California Spanish, which is basically, not to be rude, but it's like, it's Mexican. In Mexico, they speak much, much different than Spain. They don't have that accent. First of all, they know that they have to deal with dumb fucking white Americans, and they speak much, much slower, 100%. They speak slower in the Dominican. They speak slower in Belize when they speak Spanish because they know. And like, they speak to me fast, or they'll try to talk to someone fast, and I'll chime in on their conversation, and they'll give me that look like, uh-oh, this motherfucker knows what we're saying. And because, that was the thing at first. It was like almost like, Spanish in Spain is like so fast. They speak so quickly.
Yeah.
And their inflection and their accents are different.
Isn't Spanish in Mexico very fast? Like their words run together too. I've heard like the difference.
Depends on where you are. It depends on who you're talking to.
And if they're speaking to each other, it's like,
yeah, like if you and I, it's like if someone came up on me and Desmond's conversation and we're throwing out, movie lines and we're blah, 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 and we're talking over each other. Like, imagine it like that, as opposed to like, okay, I'm meeting someone, Desmond's friend from, Europe for the first time. I'm not going to fucking be like, what's America?
Sure.
Like that. So, but they do speak fast, but like, it's something different about Spanish in Spain. It's like, it's like our English versus ye old English.
Yeah. English,
if you will. Yeah, never mind. Like, I'm going to insult somebody, and I just don't want to.
Yeah.
Be like, no, that'd be like Portuguese. Oh, shit.
That's not the same language.
My Uncle Tony is Portuguese. He would yell at me in Portuguese.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I watched Parasite recently, and I had to read all the subtitles on this, but it was like my brain could absorb the language.
The Korean? Really?
No. This movie, like Parasite was like... I could have just turned the fucking movie off or turned the sound off.
Right.
And I would have gotten the same thing out of Parasite that I did, But this movie, like, I actually like, oh yeah, I know that word. And like, even though I had to read it to really stay caught up, it was like,
yeah, the body language and the inflection and stuff is
and some basic
similar
words that I know.
Yeah, there's the words that we all know in Spanish, but then there's like the stuff that we just don't understand.
Puto, pendejo, cabrón.
We know all those.
We know all those.
So anyways, so another cool thing about this movie, and this is the thing I didn't pick up on. Like I said, I picked up on the fact that the boyfriend wasn't the murderer right away, but it was cool. And again, this is something I should have known because I watch movies for a living, that like, oh, of course, this is going to all circle back around. The medium, like how they came back into the story from the past.
Yeah.
That was fun. And of course, they were like, that wasn't going to just be a one-off. And speaking of, I kind of saw Jeremy start laughing. Like when they're fucking breaking in to that.
Oh my God.
That station.
Power plant or whatever.
It's like Three Stooges, man. Seriously.
She's like, my pussy's burning. Like the thing, because the gate's closing. It's just like, what's happening?
And it's interspersed with mom masturbating for the first time.
Dude.
The brother making out
Jeremy,
with somebody.
Des, this question's for you. Do you know what it is that she had?
It went around her. It was like a clitoris. Like,
it's to simulate oral sex. My wife and I have actually looked at those before. Last time we went to the store, we're like, what is that?
Because it like goes around, because it was like circular, so like the clit goes like,
it's got a little thing inside. It looks like a tongue.
Oh,
dude.
no way! Really?
Legit. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna get me one of those,
dude. Yeah.
Does it work? Does it work on buttholes, or is it only for clitorises?
No, you got no. I was gonna say,
obviously, yeah.
That was my wife's first question. Does it work on buttholes? Like, yeah, shut up.
And Justin went, yeah, obviously. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never even seen one of these before. First of all,
I would imagine.
Look, I mean, educated guess. What is the hypothesis? Hypothesis.
Okay, and we're back.
Welcome, Chrononauts.
And they straight up, like, Back to the Future comes up. It is like the fucking touchstone.
Oh yeah, there are several nods. Definitely the Halloween party, right? They dress up as Marty.
Well,
and
no,
Doc.
I'm just saying in all the movies, like that's always the like.
Oh right.
Some character always says, "You mean like Back to the Future?" And so for them to like full on go to a Halloween party dressed
as
Doc
Doc
and Marty. Oh my!
And then be confused for Rick and Morty.
Perfect.
That was pretty funny too.
Perfect.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
No, it's like, no, we're Doc and Marty. They're like, who?
Who?
So the more you talk about this, Jeremy, I think Jeremy brought up, I think you're fucking right. Like, I think, because this one is a very unique time travel movie because there is
super unique.
What we've come to know on Time Pop as an orphan timeline.
Okay.
Because they have to go to the future and find out that Lulu's dead in order to go back and save her. If they never leave, she probably doesn't die.
Or she does die and there's nothing that happens.
Right. I guess then they can't solve it. Yeah. They never know. And so, but they also, it's not a butterfly effect because now in 2023,
they've changed.
Yeah.
They've changed what's happened.
But then, at the very end, they're, all old, and then they're going to go back to save Dad, right?
No, just to see him again.
I think they just want to party. I think they're just like, we know where a fucking time machine is. Like, let's use it.
No, you know what? I think he's right. I think they're going to try to save him. So if they go back one more time.
I think they're going to try to save him. They're going to go back one more time. They can save him and then go back again. And then they'll all be together as kind of the age they are.
They're going to be like, listen, I think it was Enrique. That was the guy. That was the bad guy. The kid.
Clique is, I don't know.
Yeah. So he was like, they're going to be like, okay, we know who the bad guy is this time. Now Lulu lives and the dad lives.
Which if we're right that the boyfriend did kill her the first time, and then
I think it was the other guy.
It was always Enrique who did it both times.
I think it was him.
Why would the boyfriend get it pinned on him though? That's what I don't understand.
That doesn't make sense to me. But here's the thing. What if you, like you said, maybe they never leave, she dies. They go back, boyfriend doesn't kill her, other guy kills her. Maybe it's one of those things, no matter what you try to do, it's inevitable. Like,
she falls down a well.
Eyes go cross.
Kicked by a mule.
Eyes uncrossed.
I don't know.
She goes on the Ferris wheel.
So in 2022, they see all these like, now it's 2023. They're like, the 30-year storm is coming, basically is what the news is saying. So they're like, all right, let's do this. Let's get the rowboat. Let's go out there. Let's get struck by lightning and go back. They totally do. They totally save Lulu. But now Dad dies. And then, like we said, they zoom forward to 2023. We see everybody all grown up and they're going to time travel. And I'm going to fast forward it right now to see what they say. Cause I don't remember them saying anything about like, okay, let's go save Dad.
No, they didn't say save Dad. They said, I want to see him again. And then she says, Pilar says, I told him I would never time travel ever again. And then they're paddling out as an adult. So I think that by going back, because what they're going to see in 2023 is him. Well, I guess, are they going to travel back to 1991 again?
Yeah.
I think that's what they're going to do, right? So then.
Well, that's what they think.
Right.
And they do. This is explained as a wormhole.
Right. So it's a connection between 2022 and 1991.
Yeah, a fixed area.
So stay tuned for parte 2. Mañana es el año próximo. Mañana es next year.
Yesterday is tomorrow.
No, tomorrow is next year, is what I said.
The sequel is Tomorrow Never Dies, which is a James Bond movie.
With Pierce Brosnan.
Oh.
So one of the things that I wanted to talk about too is how weird this movie is as far as compared to like an American movie. How so they travel in time, right? They find out that the daughter that they left behind, she died. So they go to her grave and they're like, "Oh my God, this is so traumatic." So what does the husband do? He jumps off of the balcony.
Oh God!
Oh God, that's right.
Yes.
So like this, there's this like whole, but it was this like scene where they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is so tragic. Our daughter is dead." So what does he do? He jumps off of the balcony and then catches on like a clothesline, which saves his life. Then he bounces off of a
shop awning or whatever,
an awning, yes, and then bounces into the back of a truck
with cardboard boxes, and then slides out the back.
But with like total Three Stooges, Wile E. Coyote, like doing, doing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, full on.
all this stuff going on. And you're like, what movie am I watching?
And they're like, they just found out their daughter died. Like, you were laughing, and then grinds to a halt, and then and he's trying to kill himself, and then boing.
And then the mom, all of a sudden, she's like, we got to live. So I'm going to go find a job. And she goes through this like montage of like looking for jobs. And then she finally finds the job. But then it's with this like clothing company and they're like making fun of her. Yeah, like they're making fun of her. And then she stands up and gives this big speech. And I was like, I really like the Pilar chick. She's awesome. She's like giving up to him. She's like, you guys are such jerks. And your mother would be ashamed of you.
Yeah. How does she gain their trust by using her 1991 wisdom? Like, you people with your phones and your terrible future. Like, you don't look at people in the eye. And
yeah,
I like her gusto.
That's right. She's got moxie.
Chutzpah.
She's got moxie. Oh God, moxie and chutzpah same time. Good stuff.
She's got both.
So yeah, last night after it was a little bit late when I finished this, so I just rewatched the ending, and yeah, it's like they totally acknowledge, like, yeah, we cut that timeline off, but they say this is the good timeline thanks to Jose. Was that Dad? Who was Jose?
No,
yeah, Jose was Dad.
Did they call him Pepe?
No, the dad was Pepe.
Yeah. Thanks to Jose Luis, that was an alternate future. Thanks to Jose Luis, everything changed. Who the fuck is that?
Oh, no, I guess. So, yeah, she called him Pepe, though. But that's his name in the show. Jose Luis.
That's like a pet name. Like, that's like, I think it's like Papa, kind of. Like dad, like daddy, Papa, daddy. Then I think.
Yeah, I swear they called him like 3 names, because at one point I was like, oh, it's not Pepe, it's this. And then now I just realized his name is Jose. Okay.
It's like, like if your wife calls you like a pet name, like sweetheart or dickhead or whatever.
My wife calls me moron. Is that a pet name?
That's same thing. Yeah. Same thing.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh my God. Fuck Europe.
Easy.
10 p.m. dinner eating motherfuckers. Are you
seriously
kidding me with this shit?
What?
Yeah, they totally do.
I know it's a thing. I know late dinners are a thing in Europe. But when she's like, it's 10 o'clock, Pepe, we always eat at 10. I'm like, no, we don't.
Baby eats at 5:30 because I got to keep up my girlish figure.
That's more Spain.
Only if I'm going to the disco after. Is that just
That's
Spain?
more Spain. I think it's more Spain.
That's like Spain and like there's a few other places. Like they do Amsterdam does that shit.
Italy, they eat later, but it's like 8 o'clock.
Like, do you, I mean, if you shift your whole life, like bedtime at 1, work at 10, but like, are you living a normal life? Are you waking up at 6 after eating a dinner from 10 to midnight?
Well, they still do siestas.
They got siesta 2 hours, dude, in the day.
Yeah, siestas in the middle of the day.
But you're not done with dinner until 11. You're not going straight to bed.
That's why you get a 2-hour nap hour in the literally you get 2 hours off in the middle of the day.
Well, maybe if you ate earlier and got a good night's rest, you wouldn't need a fucking siesta.
Oh, that's so American of you, dude. I hate that because you know what? Siestas are way better.
So do they just, is a 6-hour night's sleep just their normal night's sleep because they know they got a siesta in 4 hours?
No, I don't think things open very early there either. So like, you probably won't open till like 9-10 o'clock, or
Okay.
maybe a breakfast place might open at like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. I'm speaking totally out of my butt. I have no idea. I've never been to Spain, but I think that they do start later and then they get done later.
Okay.
Now, if you watch the Bourdain episode on like his travel shows or anything like that, when he's gone to Spain, they have you go to like bars and you get like tapas. Tapas are free and you just have to keep drinking.
Yeah.
And so tapas, it's a totally different culture.
Yeah.
It's not like us.
You're not wrong, dude. That's how it is in Belize. I mean, like we get over there and like fucking go out of your cabana and they have to.
It gets hot in the middle of the day there.
Yeah. You go out of your cabana and like we were staying at this island and it's like there's only like there's 2 or 3 different places that have like 4 or 6 cabanas and like they have you get meals 3 times a day. And like, midday you go out and like you're gonna go into your hammock and the cook's out there just knocked out. You're like, well fuck, don't bother them, man. They gotta make dinner in a couple of hours.
Yeah, keep it down.
Do you know why I couldn't even live on the East Coast?
Football starts way later.
Exactly. I was going to say the NFL is the reason I cannot move east.
yeah,
totally.
Because Pops can't stay up until midnight to finish a fucking Monday Night Football game.
Monday Night Football starts at 9 o'clock. Come on.
Oh, fucking, that's insanity. Insanity. All right, done. Next topic. Oh, they do a weird, I guess it's not weird. Like I said, this movie definitely had this movie would have been great. This would be a classic at 90 minutes. Like, there was definitely a 3-hour cut of this movie.
It was a little long. What was it? 2 hours, right?
They cut it down, and like the diary party, like, I get it. I don't even know if I get, I mean, it was a long way to get Enrique into the costume. Was that party. But at some point, Dad starts reading. Dad's reading her diary, finds out everything she loves. They throw the perfect party with her favorite cake and all that. And that's a really cool scene, though. I do like when they're reading.
I like that too.
When they're reading the diary, they're showing the scene that they're reading, and then the parents are standing in the back of the scene looking at the diary.
I rewound it to watch it again, and because I was funny because it's like, I don't know, I was just smoking, went to the bathroom or something, and I rewound it, and I was like, fuck, I didn't notice that they were standing behind her.
Yeah.
Eating the cake reading. I just thought it was some random people in there. I was like, oh shit, that's the parents right there.
Yeah, it was very brilliant.
You know what made me laugh was when they first walk onto the beach in 2022 and a 4-wheeler rides by and they're like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
they had 4-wheelers in 1991. You knew what a 4-wheeler was.
Yeah, I was like,
Not on the beach, you don't. I might know what it is, but it's out of place here, sir.
One of my favorite lines from the movie too was the son says, your camera is smaller than a VHS tape.
Yeah.
Or when he's like calls her on FaceTime and he's just all like, she's like, nice ear, dork.
God, and he was so like, I get it, you're in the future, things are strange, but like they needed to make him older so he could go all American Pie on this movie, but like he should have been 12 with as dumb as he was throughout that whole experience.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, kids adapt to technology super fucking fast.
And get some fucking clothes. Like, don't keep wearing your 30-year-old clothes and wondering what everyone's looking at.
Well, he fit right in, dude. It's fucking, everything right now is like pretty fucking retro, dude. Like, you can get away with being 90s 100%.
If he wears death metal stuff,
yeah, people wear Slayer and Misfit shirts all the fucking time.
Exactly. And they'd be like, oh my God, is that vintage? That shirt's worth like $500.
You're like, I had 7 of these when I was 11.
So how Lulu finds out, she's always stealing her brother's jacket. So she steals her brother's jacket. He's got his phone from 2022 in it. It's recent, so we can believe that it still has batteries in. And I hate this now. Like, it's like 10 years ago when everybody had landlines just to make the story work. Now nobody has security on their phone to make the story work.
Right. Exactly.
Like, you find someone's phone.
She just starts doing this and it opens.
And everything's right there. It's like, okay, I know we have to move the story along, so I'm not going to dwell on it, but she's not getting into that fucking phone. So she starts looking through it and she sees her fucking grave. And that's when she's like, oh shit. And then she believes her dad. Oh my God, it was my boyfriend. So she gets away from her boyfriend. And then that's when Enrique tries to kill her. And then dad dies. And then we're at the end of the movie. So we kind of went all over the place. So what we like.
Well, and dad says something about, I made a mistake in the future. I'm not going to do it again, because he stops the boyfriend from trying to climb up the. Oh, that's why the boyfriend gets blamed.
Why?
Because he's climbing up trying to save her because dad's not there.
Oh.
But they say in the article that they read, they say that her and the boyfriend go up, and then when she comes down, she's dead, right?
Right.
So I don't know.
I think it's vague. It's very vague.
Either way, I still think it's the other guy.
I need to watch it again to see how he should have been weirder in the future. If he fucking...
You mean the bad guy that actually kills her?
Yeah, Kike or whatever.
Yeah.
Kike? Yeah, I think you're right. He should have been weird. But okay, that's the one thing I love about watching foreign movies, like English movies or Korean movies.
Just anything not made here.
Exactly. They have a totally different structure. They might not be as obvious, or maybe they're more obvious. So this movie they would never get made in America because it's a drama, but it has comedy sections, and it has over the top comedy, like way worse than like Bridesmaids or anything else.
Yeah, like Three's Company slapstick, dude.
Seriously, it's
totally.
Like Mr. fucking Furley, like slapping people and.
Oh my God. I just have to point out to you guys, if you listen to our Time Pop episode 2 or 3 episodes ago, Scott spends 4 minutes explaining Three's Company to our audience.
I gotta go back and listen then.
I'm sure we could go off if you guys have any other points you think of in a minute, we can do that. But what we traditionally do on this show, this one's kind of weird because sometimes this question is easy to answer and sometimes it's tough. But let's say this wormhole exists as it is in the movie. Do you use it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I would go back and tell myself, like, absolutely. Invest in Amazon, invest in Apple, and invest in...
We don't know that, though. We don't know.
What are you talking about?
We don't know when they go back.
I would take a bunch of cash with me, too. Here you go.
But...
No, but they went forward.
Because when they went to the future...
Oh, that's true, huh?
Because that's something that doesn't happen. Even when they go to the future, they don't encounter themselves. And it's quite... it's quite possible. Well, no, because they were just gone for 30 years, and then they went
I would
back.
do the Biff Tannen. I would go forward in time, and then I would buy a sports almanac, and then I would go back in time, and then I would take that. And then, well, you know what else I would do? I would, like, print out, like, all of like S&P 500 for the past 30 years.
I would just go full violator. Instead of Google, it's Lugal. I would just fucking, the hair plugs, the yacht. God, I fucking hate you, baby. I fucking hate you, baby.
Would you break the Buffalo Bills kickers' legs so they could win one?
What? No, you gotta... what? You're like Scotty Norwood break his legs. How does that help you?
Well, they get a different kicker. They get a different kicker that makes it.
No, I would go back and block number 33 Fuller so he didn't ruin Bo Jackson's career.
Absolutely. That's the main thing, right?
Or Fulcher, excuse me. David Fulcher.
No, you wouldn't. Justin, you would go kill somebody for the, what was the Raiders Patriots thing?
The tuck rule. I'd go break Tom Brady's fucking legs that day.
I was going to say open palm rule. I knew it was something like that. I was going to say
the tuck rule.
You go back and get the tuck rule in place a year early.
The tuck rule that was never called before that day and was only called like 3 times after that day because they were like, well, we called it in the 2001 AFC Championship game. We got to call it now.
Yeah, just, you know what? That's
the tuck rule. Oh my God.
But you know what? If we're going to talk football for just 1 second, what about our fucking rookie quarterback, Rod Farva? He looks good, boy. And like, okay, I know it's preseason, right? But the throws that he makes.
Did you just say Rod Farva?
He said Rod Farva.
Dude, our quarterback looks just like Rod Farva, bro. Look it up. Like dead ass. I swear to God.
We have a number 2. It's for a cop.
Don't spit on that cop's burger.
Wait, why'd you say that?
So he makes it good.
How about I punch inside your face for free?
I'd like a liter of cola.
Dude, he literally looks like he could be fucking Kevin Heffernan's kid, dude. No joke. dude was fucking throwing dimes. And like, I know it's preseason and he's playing against second stringers, but he's making those tight window throws. That translates, sorry. The learning of the offense, and dude's got a cannon, so.
Oh my God.
Right?
Aiden O'Connell. Wow.
I sent you that. Come on.
You may have, but I didn't get it. I was not paying attention. Wow, you do have that is so amazing. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Mr. Sunshine on my goddamn shoulders, John Denver.
All right, any final thoughts on Tomorrow Is Today?
Yeah, I got a few. Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna pull a Justin right now. Did you guys notice that when they went back to 1991, that they had a widescreen CRT? Things that never happened in the United States. Yes, you could never find a
What's a CRT?
Cathode ray tube, like the old school televisions, like with the.
Oh, okay.
Like the old school, well, we only had square, the 3/4s.
Yeah, they were 4x3. Yeah, these were 16x9.
No,
and you would see this in a lot of like old Japanese movies or Korean movies.
Oh, Desmond would really appreciate that. That's some nerd shit.
Yeah,
dude, it was super. Yeah, exactly. So the daughter Lulu, one of the things that she wants for her birthday is a Walkman, a Sony Walkman.
A Sony Walkman. I had that.
Sony Walkman. It was 5,000 pesetas in 1991. You know how much 5,000 pesetas was worth? $32. I looked it up. And she's like, I'll never get that. Who could afford that? It's $32.
Well, and you're right too. Like we had definitely moved on from Walkmans in 91.
Oh, 91?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
I didn't have
Okay. I had a Discman when I started driving, which would have been 92. So yeah, but just barely, dude.
No, not 92. 93, Justin.
What?
93, because I would have been 92. You'd have been 93.
78.
Yeah, 78 to 93 is like 16.
Oh, 94. 94, my bad.
Yeah, because...
But they'd been out for a minute because I remember I got one for my truck because I had a 4x4 truck that rattled like a motherfucker and it had the anti-shock on it. And it was a big deal. So they'd been out for a minute, but not great.
I had CDs, but I was still ripping cassette tapes to mountain bike to and snowboard with. So we hope you have enjoyed this journey through time. Please like, subscribe, and tell a friend about Time Pop. And hey, everyone out there, we're doing this for Wheel of Time and we're doing it for Time Pop. Starting in September, we probably have a Patreon right now. But starting in September, we're going to start releasing an exclusive episode every month for Wheel of Time. We don't want to hide any Wheel of Time stuff from you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch a different fantasy movie every month and talk the fuck about it and probably unfairly compare it to the Wheel of Time. It's going to be amazing. They're going to be long. You're going to get what you pay for. They're going to be, probably not quite 2 hours. We'll record for 2 hours, but it's going to be great. $3 a month gets you that free episode. So you can help us help pay for some equipment, help us print some merch, which you will get. I'm going to get some stickers for anybody who signs up for the Patreon. You're going to get a Wheel of Time or a Time Pop sticker for $3 a month. So that's for the Wheel of Time. For Time Pop, what we're going to do, because we already do this on the Wheel of Time, so you can get free commentaries on the Wheel of Time. But if you come over to Time Pop, what we're going to start doing is we're going to do a full-length movie commentary starting in September. We're going to watch the whole movie. We're going to talk over the whole movie. We're going to talk about the movie sometimes, and you can sync it up to the movie. Not you. This is Time Pop. Well, you guys might show up on one of those. So yes, Scott and Ari will be back for those and all that stuff. It's going to be really great. I'm not sure what we're going to do. And for both these podcasts, if you sign up now, sign up soon, you can tell us what to watch. You can program us for through the rest of the year. So you can tell us what fantasy movie you want us to watch and talk about on the Wheel of Time. And you can tell us what time travel movie you want us to do a commentary about, except for October. October's Back to the Future month. We're doing fucking Back to the Future in October for Time Pop. So that's going to happen. So head on over to patreon.com/Wheel of Time or /Time Pop. And please, $3 a month. It helps us out a lot. And you'll get more content that other people don't get. So please check that out. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. We are at timepoppod. That is at time_pop_pod. Keep sending us great movie recommendations to timepoppod@gmail.com. You can also send any questions or comments from this or any past episode to the same address. That is timepoppod@gmail.com. Tell us if you enjoyed this, a little bit of change up, a little different perspective, or if we just wasted your time. And if there's no Scott and there's no Ari, there should be no podcast. We'd love to hear from you. I want to do a show that you people want to listen to. I think Justin and Jeremy are great. Wheel of Time is an amazing podcast, the best, but I know you guys have come to a certain aesthetic, if you will, for Time Pop. So tell us if we're, moving in a good direction or not. Again, Scott and Ari are going to be back as much as possible, but I'm trying to give you as much content as possible. So
let's be honest, they're the best, obviously. It's their show. We're just the fill-ins.
We're just a couple of morons who said we'd show up.
Exactly.
I'm in a pinch. You idiots, get in here. I could talk for an hour. No problem. Yo hablo español muy bien. Me gusta películas.
Looking for another great podcast to listen to while you wait for the next episode of Time Pop? Head on over to whatsoundsawesome.com and check out our great podcast lineup. We have comedy, spirituality, the Wheel of Time, fitness and nutrition, and awesome women in the form of all the answers, truth not trends, thank the light, be brave, and that fitness couple. You can find them at whatsoundsawesome.com or wherever you find free podcasts. Until next time, I'm Desmond McNeese.
And I'm Phatty the Chef.
And I'm Jeremy. And I have no idea what I should say from now on, other than this movie was really weird and you should watch it.
Thoroughly entertaining.
Yeah, thoroughly entertaining.
And you know what? We never really did. We're going to just squeeze this in at the end. This is a really fun time travel movie. If you speak Spanish, don't even fucking hesitate.
Watch this.
And
show.
if you're not into subtitles, I get it, but like it's got fun time travel. It's a cute family movie. It's like fucking Naked Gun silly.
You know what?
Absolutely.
It really is. It's very funny. It's definitely entertaining. It's definitely like Naked Gun-ish.
It's unique. Like I said, I think this might literally be the first movie where the point is to create a timeline to learn how to go back to the original. Like, I guess there are other time travel movies where you end up with orphan timelines, but this is like kind of the first one where like that's the point. Like you got to create this orphan timeline in order to go back to the original timeline and fix it.
That's the one thing that we didn't talk about. Like they go back in time halfway through the movie, they come back.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the movie is them trying to save their daughter, which it's very unique.
Yeah, it's not about time travel at all after that. Once they come back, it's like a caper or something.
It's like a caper.
And like you said, if you speak Spanish, like this should be a no-brainer. I mean,
yeah.
And even if you don't, like if you're a baby and like, I don't like subtitles, well, you're missing out on so many great movies in other languages.
All right. I will see you guys Wednesday night for our last Wheel of Time before season 2.
I can't wait.
He's going to lose his mind, folks.
Oh my God.
I just peed a little. Dude, the editor is tentatively going to be there for us. He's going to be there we're just recording one episode. So he's going to get hyped on that. I got some notes, going to be looking at some more stuff. It's going to be great.
Thank you guys so much for coming on here. Next time we'll find something in our native language if we get to do this again. And we will do Deadpool 2 at some point, Justin, with you guys. I know it's not like all time travel, but like just because there's just no other person I'd want to do that one with. So
superheroes are fantasy movies, so that'd be good crossover.
That's true.
No, dude, we can't even talk about anything Wheel of Time. Don't even talk about it.
Don't talk about it. If you get him started, he's never going to stop.
We can't. There's too much.
Hey, Justin, what's the name of that place, that restaurant you used to go to with all the crap on the walls?
Mixed and edited by Desmond McNeese for We Mixed It, LLC. Go to whatsoundsawesome.com. Shenanigans? Are you guys talking about shenanigans?